Hello friends, and thank you as always for visiting the Legend Sports Universe YouTube channel, Legend Sports Universe, where legends play forever. This is the Franchise Stars Baseball League playoffs for year 1 of the FSBL. This is Game 3 of the National League Division Series between the Montreal Expos and the St. Louis Cardinals. Coming to you from Bank of Montreal Park, we'll get to that in a moment, but this matchup, a pivotal one in the series. The Expos picked up the split in St. Louis after the dominating performance from Bob Gibson in Game 1 to outlast Max Scherzer. The Cardinals fell in Game 2 4-1. Montreal got a terrific outing from Stephen Strasburg. St. Louis threatened late, but Jeff Reardon closed the door. And that brings us to this contest. Huge matchup. Here's the series tied 1-1. Javier Vazquez will get the start for the Expos. He will take the mound against Ted Breitenstein, who had a fantastic season for the Cardinals. We are ready here, Bank of Montreal Park in Montreal. Here you'll see Javier Vazquez pacing around the mound, finishing his warm-up tosses. Vazquez 16-10, a 3.74 earned run average in 31 starts. As for Bank of Montreal Park, you are able to do custom stadiums in MLB The Show, but it was limited. It didn't have domed stadiums that you could create as a template, which meant Olympic Stadium couldn't really be made. Somebody did a version of Jarry Park, which was the original home of the Expos, as Vazquez gets ready to deliver to Ozzie Smith to start things off for the called strike. I played a couple of the games at Jarry Park, and it felt like the place was an absolute launching pad. So I felt like there was a problem with the stadium. So I decided that for the sake of the Expos, I was okay with using a custom stadium for them. Whoever created this, and I should post his name somewhere, but he did a beautiful job with this park. I don't know if this was completely custom on his own or if this was actually a template of a proposed stadium should baseball return to Montreal or whatever. But this stadium is really, really well done. Ozzie Smith loops one down the left field line. Round second, he's going to hold up there, but it's a leadoff double for Ozzie Smith to get things started here for the Cardinals against Vazquez in Game 3. So anyway, so that's why the stadium looks unfamiliar to you. It's the only stadium like this actually that is in the game. Like the Mariners, I was going to put the Mariners in Kingdome, but again, you couldn't create Kingdome. So I left them at Safeco or T-Mobile or whatever it's called now. Same thing with the Astros. There was no Astrodome. So I ended up leaving them at the juice box down there in Houston. But so Montreal is the only stadium, the only team in the FSBL that has a custom stadium. But I think they did a really, really nice job with this park. It's beautiful, and it played well in testing. So that's how we got to this point for those of you who care about such things. So here's Vazquez working to J.D. Drew. Fly ball to center field. Dawson is there. Smith will retreat back to second. And there's one man down. So here you see the Cardinals lineup: Smith, Drew, and Hornsby. Mize, Edmonds, and Langford. Boyer, Collins, and Molina. Same lineup as in Game 2. Actually, in all 3 games of the series, Ripper Collins played both games. So here's Rogers Hornsby. Hornsby 1 for 7 to this point in the series. Takes a fastball there from Vazquez for strike 1. Hornsby broke the 40 home run plateau during the season, again for this Cardinals offense that, particularly in the second half of the year, was just absurdly productive. Loop down the left field line, is hooking foul. Long run, long chase. Rondell White lays out. Terrific effort from White, but he can't make the play. Count goes to 0-2. There's another fastball. Hornsby fouls it off down the right side. Hornsby checks Smith at second. Tries to come inside on Hornsby. Hornsby hits the ball well out to left, but White is there. Smith will hold at second, and there's 2 away. Better look at the park there. So here's Johnny Mize. Mize 1 for 7 in the series, still looking for his first RBI. It's been well pitched so far. 1-0 win for the Cardinals in Game 1. 4-1 win for the Expos in Game 2. Max Lanier struggled early on in that game for the Cardinals. Stephen Strasburg never let up. There's a shot pulled foul. So 0-2 the count. Here to Mize. Smith still on second after the leadoff double. And slider freezes Mize there. I don't know what Johnny was looking for, but that wasn't it. Vazquez locks him up, and the side is retired. So Vazquez escapes the leadoff double. We head to the bottom of the first here in Montreal. Expos coming up. Scoreless game. So on the mound, Ted Breitenstein, and Breitenstein was outstanding this year. 16-7, and even 3 earned run average. Really had no lulls. And when Bob Gibson, again, Gibson started off the season great, but when Gibson went cold, Breitenstein was the guy who was carrying this rotation until Gibson righted the ship again. Breitenstein actually had the lowest ERA on the staff, but talking before this series started, Breitenstein said, make no mistake about it, Gibson is our ace. Popped up to second there. Vidro is retired for the first out. Here you see the Expos lineup. Vidro, Owen, and Harper. Dawson, Zimmerman, and Alou. White, Ramos, and Nick Johnson. Round things out. Cardinals very excited about draft pick Dizzy Dean, who's expected to join the rotation and slot in behind Gibson next season. That might be a slight to Breitenstein after the year he's put up here. But regardless, Dean's placement in the rotation is somewhat irrelevant. Him joining it makes this Cardinals staff infinitely better. Breitenstein could put up anything remotely resembling the season he's put up this year, next year. It's going to be a very hard task for anyone in the Central to chase down the Cardinals. Spike Owen is tied up. Pitch in the dirt, but Molina throws down to first, and Owen is retired. There's 2 away. So in steps MVP candidate Bryce Harper, and Harper has continued his terrific regular season into this series, batting .444, 4 for 9. Grounds this one to the right side. Diving effort by Hornsby. Nice play by Hornsby to retire Harper, and the side is set aside. Nice job here by Hornsby, ranging to his left, laying out on the edge of the dirt. So we head to the top of the second here in Montreal. Cardinals and Expos. Game 3 of the NLDS. We are scoreless. In steps Jim Edmonds. Edmonds still looking for his first hit of the series. Has drawn a pair of walks. Vazquez with the fastball, misses up high. Edmonds was exceptional during the regular season. He's probably going to get some talk as far as MVP votes as well. You wonder if he may take some votes away from Johnny Mize. Swung on and missed. There, count goes to 2-1. Ground ball down to first. Johnson has it. He'll take it himself. And there's 1 away. Still think, particularly given their underdog status, Bryce Harper might be the front runner for that Most Valuable Player award. Here's Ray Langford. Langford 3 for 7 in the series with a home run. His homer produced the only run of Game 1. Again, which saw the Cardinals get a complete game 2-hit shutout from Bob Gibson. Fastball misses inside. Count goes to 2-0. These teams will have a very interesting decision in Game 4 regarding pitching, pending the result of this one. Fly ball to left. That ball's carrying. Rondell White going back on it, short of the track. He's there. Puts it away in the gap for out number 2. Max Scherzer and Bob Gibson both available to come back on 3 days rest for Game 4. As Ken Boyer steps in. Boyer 1 for 7 in the series so far. So if you go up in the series 2-1, do you try to close it out in Game 4, bringing your ace back on short rest? This one's up the middle. Owen doesn't bother laying out for it. He wasn't going to get to that ball anyway. And it's a single into center, 2-out hit. So Boyer is on with the 2-out single. That'll bring up Ripper Collins. Collins, 333 in the series. Vazquez with the fastball misses down low. And if you're down in the series, do you bring your ace back on short rest to try to push you to the Game 5, or do you rely on your number 4 to try to get that job done, knowing that you're going to have to win 2 games anyway, so you have to force that 5th game anyway and let your ace come back for Game 5 on full rest. Your other options, if Scherzer doesn't start Game 4 for Montreal, that start would go to Steve Rogers. If Gibson doesn't go for the Cardinals in Game 4, that start would go to Howie Pollitt. This one down the left field line, slicing, that's a fair ball. Going into the corner. We'll see if they wave him around, and they do. Here comes the relay from White to Owen. Owen holds on to it, doesn't think he has a play. Run scores, and the Cardinals take a 1-0 lead on the double from Ripper Collins. That is a great piece of hitting by Collins. He dropped that front foot, and he kept the hands back, waited on that pitch, and laced it down the left field line. So 2 outs, runner on second. Here's Yadier Molina. Molina, high fly ball, well hit to left, but that's hooking well foul. So 2 down here. Yadi steps in. He's 1 for 7 in the series. Vazquez jams him, shot down the right field line, falls out of play. Or into foul ground, I should say, and the count goes to 0-2. Pitch from Vazquez, and that gets past. Gets by Ramos. That is a wild pitch. And Collins, Ripper Collins, didn't break. Collins absolutely lost where that was. You'll see the brick wall behind home plate. Collins apparently thought that ball was coming back a little bit harder than it was. Molina, deep drive to center. Dawson puts it away. Side is retired. So Collins not advancing on the wild pitch proves meaningless. Collins' RBI double, however, does not. We head to the bottom of the second. Cardinals lead the Expos 1-0. So here's Andre Dawson. Dawson 2 for 7 over the first 2 games of the series. Breitenstein, a 7-pitch, 1-2-3 inning in the first. He's in there for a strike at the knees. Fastball misses up high. 1-1 the count. One up high, count goes to 2-1. Good pitch there from Breitenstein. At the knees on the inside corner, nothing Dawson can do with it. Breaking ball there, Dawson hits this one well, out to left center. Edmonds going back, at the track, at the wall, he leaps and he makes the catch. Oh, what a play, Jimmy Edmonds out in center. Long way to go. Check this one out. Edmonds gets up and robs Dawson. I think that was going out. If not, it's hitting the top of the wall. Breitenstein appreciates the effort regardless. And a terrific defensive play from Jim Edmonds to rob Andre Dawson to start off the bottom of the second. Here's Ryan Zimmerman. Zimmerman 2 for 8 with a homer in the series. First pitch misses down low. This Cardinals squad, very, very solid defensively. Edmonds, Ozzie Smith, Yadier Molina, Ken Boyer, very solid third baseman. Ray Lankford, a good left fielder. There's a ground ball down to third. Boyer throws him out for the second out. So 2 down, that'll bring up Moises Alou. Alou 1 for 6 so far in the series. Slow curve, misses inside. Another one. Down and in. That one, Alou swings and misses. That count goes to 1-1. High fastball, fouled off by Alou. 1-2 the count. Change up, misses inside. Curve just misses. Breitenstein disagrees, somewhat mildly. But the count goes full. Here to Alou. Gets some reaching. Tip. Molina holds on to it. Alou is struck out, and the side is retired. So Breitenstein's retired the first 6 to face him, with some help from Jim Edmonds out in center. We head to the top of the third. Cardinals 1, Expos nothing. So here's Ozzie Smith. Ozzie led off the game with a double, and then got himself stranded out there as Vazquez was able to work out of the trouble. Smith pulls this one foul for strike 1. Ozzie played all 162 games. The Cardinals were pretty fortuitous in terms of health. Smith was healthy. Mize was healthy. Smith tries to bunt his way on, but pops up the bunt. Vazquez puts it away for out number 1. So here's J.D. Drew. Drew 0 for 1. He flew out his first time up. Fastball, swung on and missed. Oh my goodness. Drew fooled terribly on that slider. Gets caught in between on just an ugly looking hack, and now he's in an 0-2 hole. That's a much better hack. This ball hit fairly well to right, but Harper is there, puts it away for out number 2. So that'll bring up Rogers Hornsby. Hornsby 0 for 1, lined out back in the first. He's 1 for 8 so far in the series now. Fastball misses down low. Changeup misses. 2-0 the count. These Cardinals blue uniforms, one of my favorite uniforms of all time. Just classic uniform. Fastball up high. Johnny Mize waits on deck. Puffy clouds in the sky, but it's a beautiful day here in Montreal. Hornsby swinging 3-0. Yanks that one hard but foul. Here, Rogers Hornsby, you get the green light whenever you want it. swung on and missed, and the count goes 3-2. Vazquez rides the two-seamer in on him. Vazquez delivers. Hornsby fouls it off. Tried to get him with the changeup. Hornsby was able to stay with it. Hornsby lifts this one fairly well to left. White giving chase. It's in foul ground, but White has plenty of room, puts it away, and the side is retired. So the Cardinals are set aside. We head to the bottom of the third inning. White, Ramos, and Johnson coming up for the Expos, who trail 1-0. So White steps in against Breitenstein, who's cruised through the first 6 batters. Fastball here misses up high. White hits this one out to short. Weak liner. Smith snags it, and there's one away. I guess it's not really fair to say Breitenstein's completely cruised, since Jim Edmonds robbed a home run. But still, Breitenstein has looked very solid. Here's Wilson Ramos. Almost 1 for 7 in the series. Fastball misses inside. Ramos shoots one down the first baseline, but foul. Here's the pitch, change up, gets him to swing and miss. Count goes to 1-2. There's that in-shoot pitch. I end up classifying that as a screwball because it seemed like the most fitting thing of the description. The Nyer James Guide to Pitchers listing Breitenstein's pitch list. It always has a couple of, especially for the old-time pitchers, a couple kind of obscure pitching terms that aren't used anymore as far as pitch types. So we decided to go with the screwball for the perceived in-shoot pitch from Ted Breitenstein. Regardless of what you call him, it has helped lead to the third strikeout for Breitenstein as Ramos goes down. That one's just a straight heater. So here's Nick Johnson. Fastball misses down low. Johnson went 1 for 3. In game 2, after Adam LaRoche got the game 1 start. Johnson, fly ball to center. Edmonds is there. This one won't have the same difficulty factor as his earlier catch. He puts it away. So Breitenstein has not allowed anything. His first time through the Montreal order. We head to the top of the 4th. Mize, Edmonds, and Langford coming up for the Cardinals, who lead it 1-0. Those are the guys whose jobs I took, John Sciambi and Chris Singleton. Now they're just floating headshots in the top of the 4th every game. So here's Johnny Mize. Mize 0 for 1. Two-seamer fouled off. That one rides inside. Count goes to 1-1. Change up there. Locks Mize up. Count goes to 1-2. Mize frozen his first time up. Fastball there. Misses down low. There's the pitch. Curveball swung on and missed. So Vazquez has dealt with Mize well so far. Second strikeout for Vazquez. That's a beautiful curveball there. Mize swings right over the top of it. So here's Jim Edmonds. Edmonds 0 for 1. Fastball at the knees. Edmonds grounded out his first time up. Slider rides inside. Count goes to 1-1. Curveball misses down and in. 2-1 the count. Fastball up high, so Vazquez missing in all the quadrants. Falls behind Edmonds 3-1. I think I gotta make Javier Vazquez's face a little bit better. It's a little too narrow face shape and whatnot. Little minor stuff I see periodically as I go through this project. Always trying to improve what I've done here. So full count with 1 down. Vazquez delivers. Edmonds out into center. Dawson is there. Puts it away for out number 2. Edmonds hit that one pretty well. Right at the hawk. So here's Ray Langford. Langford 0 for 1. He flew out his first time up. First pitch swinging. Lines it hard, but well foul. This one hit well to center. Dawson going back on it. Langford got a good piece of this. It's off the wall. Langford pulls in at second with a stand-up double. 2-out drive to center. He didn't miss putting that one out of the park by much. But it's a 2-out double for Ray Langford. Runner in scoring position is Ken Boyer steps in. Boyer singled his first time up. Fastball misses up high. Boyer singled and then came around on the Ripper Collins double for the only run of this game so far. Fastball misses up and away. Fastball there, Boyer behind it for the first strike. Fastball down and in. Collins waits on deck. 3-1 count here to Boyer, with Langford on second after his 2-out double. Fastball down in the dirt, so Vazquez's command escapes him. Boyer draws the walk. Now it's first and second with 2 down for Ripper Collins. As mentioned, Collins with the RBI double his first time up. He's now 3 for 7 with a pair of doubles and a pair of RBIs in the series. First pitch from Vazquez. Fastball at the knees. Tries to go down there again. Goes down a little too far. Count goes to 1-1. Vazquez sets and delivers. Staying with the fastball. That one misses down and in. Vazquez fighting command a little bit at the moment. Checks Langford at second, delivers. Fastball gets the high strike call on Collins. Count goes to 2-2. Low pitch, but Collins drives it into the gap in left center. That's going to be extra bases. That's at least 1 run, probably 2. Collins pulls in at second with his second double. There'll be no relay. It's a 2-run double struck by Ripper Collins, and the Cardinals have taken a 3-0 lead here in the 4th. So Collins continues to rake. one of the more unheralded players on this Cardinals team. Collins had an excellent season as well. But he has come through big here today. Slider there, catches the corner. That wasn't a terrible pitch by Vazquez. That pitch was out of the zone, down low. Collins just went down and drove it into the gap. This one's pulled foul. Curveball there, swung on and missed. Molina is retired, but the damage is done. So the Ripper does it again. 2-run double here. He has driven in all 3 runs in this game. We head to the bottom of the 4th in Montreal. Cardinals lead the Expos 3-0. So order rolls over. Here's Jose Vidro. Vidro popped out to second his first time up. Curveball in there for a called strike. I really hate that they don't give you the players' season stats still. It would be nice to refer to what they did during the regular season. I suppose I should go print out the screens and have stuff here. Then I don't really feel like I'm preparing for a real broadcast with stat sheets in front of me and all that. But I like being able to reference that stuff. Vidro flies out to Langford. So 10 up, 10 set aside for Breitenstein so far. Here's Spike Owen. 0-0 for 1. Struck out in the first. This one's pulled foul. Expos have bullpen action going. So apparently they're not going to wait too long on Vazquez. I think Vazquez is going to still stay in at this point. But the leash not that long here in a pivotal game 3. Breitenstein deals fastball, blows Owen away there for strike 2. Owen on that one. Pulls it foul. Molina sets up away. Breitenstein hit the spot. Owen lines it weakly to second. Right at Rogers Hornsby for out number 2. So in steps Bryce Harper. He grounded out his first time up. He was robbed on a nice play by Hornsby. Expos try to get something going. This one's ripped. Mize plays it on the hop. Breitenstein covers. And the side is retired. So 12 up, 12 down for Breitenstein so far, who is on cruise control. We head to the top of the 5th, top of the order coming up for the Cardinals. They lead it 3-0. So here's Ozzie Smith, 1 for 2 with a double, 3 for 10 in the series. Slider swung on and missed. Fly ball out to right. Harper took a step to his left. That was about all he needed to do there. Puts that one away for out number 1. So here's J.D. Drew. He's 0 for 2. He is flown out both times up. 1 for 9 now in the series. Fastball in there for a called strike. This one grounded foul. So Vazquez ahead of Drew, 0-2. Breaking ball there. Drew through the left-hand side, shoots one through the hole for a 1-out single. And that's one that Vazquez is going to be mad about. 0-2 hits. The kind of thing that drive a pitcher crazy. Wanted that one a bit further away from Drew. I think then he got it. Good piece of hitting, though, by Drew. Shoots it through the hole. Here's Rogers Hornsby. Hornsby 0 for 2. He's flown out and lined out. 1 for 9 in the series to this point. Has made a couple very nifty defensive plays, though, through these first 3 games. And always a threat. Fastball misses away. Vazquez behind Hornsby 2-0. Slider away 3-0. If you remember, Hornsby swung 3-0 his last at bat. Fouled it off. 3-0 here. And that one misses for ball 4. So now it's first and second for Johnny Mize. And that's going to be it for Javier Vazquez. Expos are not waiting. So Vazquez will be disappointed with his outing here. By no means terrible, but not good enough given the situation. So it's going to come down to Tanner Roark. Roark started a bit during the season, ended up in the bullpen. Overall, 14-10, a 4.45 earned run average. Big burly right-hander is now going to face Johnny Mize. Mize has struck out both times up. So he has no problem with Vazquez leaving this game. We'll see what he can do against Roark. That one laced to left, but foul. Again, Johnny Mize certainly in the MVP conversation among the leaders. Top 10 in all 3 of the Triple Crown categories. Pulls this one foul. Oh, 2 count here to Mize. Swing, ground ball to short. This will be 2. Owen flips it to Vidro on to first. It's a 6-4-3, and Roark gets the job done. And is now going to hope that that kind of fires up this Expos team to get something going. That's about as well as you can order the double play ball. We head to the bottom of the 5th. Montreal still looking for a base runner. They trail 3-0. Here's Andre Dawson. Fastball at the knees. Infield playing Dawson. Actually, the outfield is as well. Playing Dawson extremely to pull. Swats this one in the center. And that's a base hit. So Dawson robbed trying to hit one over the wall earlier on a great play by Jim Edmonds. Keeps it in the park and gets himself on base for the first hit for the Expos here in the bottom of the 5th. Breitenstein had retired the first 12. Here's Ryan Zimmerman. Zimmerman's 0 for 1. Down in the dirt, blocked nicely by Molina. Half-hearted throw down to first. Dawson gives him a little bit of a look there, like, what are you doing? One and 0 the count. Breitenstein, changeup, misses down and away. So count is 2-0. This one down the right field line, it's slicing foul. That one gets away from Breitenstein, rides in hard on him. It's 3-1. To Ryan Zimmerman. Change up there. Zimmerman yanks it foul. So that gets the count full. Dawson on first after his leadoff single. Expos trying to scrap their way back into this game. They trail 3-0. Zimmerman fouls off another one. It's a good at bat here from Ryan Zimmerman. Breitenstein throws over to keep Dawson close. Dawson certainly capable of swiping a bag. Not really the main part of his game, but he is capable of stealing a base on you. High and in. Foul ball down the left field line. Hooking foul towards the seats. One hopper into the stands. So good battle here between Breitenstein and Zimmerman. Another 3-2 pitch. Zimmerman back to the mound. Breitenstein throws it to Ozzie. Ozzie turns to Mize. 1-6-3 double play. And just like that, that first base runner for the Expos is erased. There's 2 outs here in the bottom of the 5th. Here's Moises Alou. If you are just tuning into the broadcast, this is Bank of Montreal Park, a custom park created for MLB The Show. The show stadium creator did not allow for users to create domed stadiums, which is just a horrendous oversight. So nobody was able to create Olympic Stadium, which of course isn't in the main game because Montreal doesn't have a team anymore. And somebody had created a decent-looking Jarry Park, which is where the Expos had started. But in running a few games there, it felt like the place was an absolute launching pad, so I felt like there was something wrong with the stadium. So I decided not to use that. So I saw this, and I figured the Expos returning to Montreal, I didn't mind them having a custom stadium. I don't know if this was if this is based on any kind of plans for a park that was proposed, if anybody ever returned to Montreal, or if this is just completely fictional. But I feel like the designer did a really nice job with this. So that is why you probably don't recognize the park. Ground ball to Boyer. Boyer throws him out, and the side is retired. We head to the top of the 6th. Cardinals 3, Expos nothing here in Game 3 of the NLDS. So here's Jim Edmonds. Edmonds 0 for 2. He's lined out and grounded out. He's still looking for his first hit of this series. Pulls this one foul. Sinker there, misses down low. Jeff Facero and John Roush both throwing in the Expos bullpen. Both recently started. They're throwing from the bottom of the mound, so they're just trying to get loose. Roark got out of the jam, coming in relief of Vazquez in the 5th. One-two offering. This one is fouled off. Edmonds, a terrific play back in the 2nd to rob Andre Dawson of what by all appearances looked like it was going to be a homer. Edmonds lines out to left, and now he's robbed. Great play of Rondell White on a sinking liner. White lays out and makes the catch. Beautifully done there by Rondell White. And if White misses that one, that's going to the wall. So a hard-hit sinking liner, but Rondell White puts it away for out number 1 here in the top of the 6th. Here's Ray Langford. Langford is 1 for 2. Doubled and scored his last time up, driving a shot off the center field wall. That one is cranked out to right. It is high, it is deep, it is gone. Home run, Ray Langford. His 2nd of the series, and Langford gives the Cardinals a 4-0 lead. So Ray Langford, terrific season for him, and he continues it here into the postseason. This one was hooking, but it stays just over the wall and just inside the pole. So here's Ken Boyer. Boyer singles here into right. Line drive falls in front of Harper. So the Expos have a tall order ahead of them here, the way Breitenstein is throwing to this point. Here's Ripper Collins. Collins 2 for 2, a pair of doubles. 3 RBIs so far. Now 4 for 8 with 3 doubles in the series. Throw over. Boyer gets back. Boyer not much of a base stealing threat. Sinker there, fouled off. Count goes to 0-2. Changeup misses away, 1-2 the count. Here's the pitch. On the corner. At the knees on the outside corner. Roar paints the black. Collins has some words, but walks back to the dugout. 2 down. Here's Yadi Molina. Molina is 0 for 2. Fastball. Misses up high. Sinker rides in. Count goes 2-0. Roark looks in and delivers. Misses inside again. Ozzie Smith waits on deck, hoping he'll get up with a runner in scoring position. That one's a fastball right down the heart. Molina taking all the way. Count goes to 3-1. That one misses up high for ball 4. So Molina draws the walk. Ozzie Smith will come up with first and second. 2 down here in the top of the 6th. Smith 1 for 3. He led off this game with a double. First pitch right down the heart. 4 strike 1. Down in the dirt. Nice block by Ramos. Runners will stay where they're at. Smith. Dunker over Johnson's head. Runner will come around. Here comes the throw home from Harper. Run scores, and it's 5-0 St. Louis. Smith got that one just over the head of Nick Johnson out into right. Boyer comes around to score, and St. Louis is in full control of this one. So the broadcast cut out for a moment. Drew was retired there, and then the first batter in the bottom of the 6th was retired for the Expos. So he basically missed 2 batters here. I apologize for that. We'll pick things up with Wilson Ramos at the plate with 1 out in the bottom of the 6th. 0-2 offering to Ramos. Misses down and away. Here's the 1-2 offering. Curveball down and in. Breitenstein has only thrown 61 pitches here with 1 out in the 6th. Ramos down the third base line, just foul. Here's the delivery. Fastball misses up and away. Full count. One out here in the bottom of the sixth. Expos down 5-0. Nick Johnson waits on deck. Comes inside on the fastball. Ramos swings and misses. Fourth strikeout for Breitenstein. That's 2 down here in the bottom of the sixth. Here's Nick Johnson. Johnson's 0 for 1. Changeup misses down low. Another changeup misses down low. 2-0 the count. Fastball in there for a called strike. Fastball is fouled off. Count goes to 2-2. Goes up the ladder on him again, but Johnson fouls it back again. This one is yanked out to right. Coming on. Put away by J.D. Drew, and the side is retired. So Breitenstein continues to absolutely dominate the Expos. We head to the top of the 7th here in Montreal. Cardinals in command of Game 3 of the NLDS with a 5-0 lead. So leading off, here's Rogers Hornsby. Hornsby 0 for 2. He drew a walk in the 5th. Hornsby has scuffled at the plate, to say the least. 1 for 9 in the series. Roark begins his 3rd inning of work. Fastball misses inside. And that one is crushed. Forget about that. Rogers Hornsby puts that one well out of here, and that could be a breakout. Hornsby absolutely unloaded. Well, you had to know you weren't going to keep Hornsby down for the duration of a series. This one is absolutely crushed out to left. 1-0 pitch, tries to come inside on him, doesn't quite get there, and Hornsby obliterates this baseball. Almost off the scoreboard. Out there in left center. Just an absolute bomb off the bat of Hornsby, and that will also blast Roark out of this game. So in comes Jeff Facero to relieve Tanner Roark, who relieved the starter Javier Vazquez. So it's now 6-0 Cardinals. And Montreal, even though of course they would not admit it, has to start thinking about how they will handle Game 4. Do you bring Max Scherzer, your ace, back on 3 days rest to try to keep your series alive? Or, knowing that you'd have to win 2 games anyway, do you let Steve Rogers get that Game 4 start here in Montreal and then hope that you get to the point where you can put Max Scherzer out there in the decisive Game 5 in St. Louis? Fastball in there, called strike to Edmonds. This one hit well to right. Harper going back, tracks it down. Nice play, Bryce Harper, and there's 2 away. Steve Rogers had a solid season. So Ray Langford steps in. Slider misses away. So it's not like you're scraping the bottom of the barrel to see who you're going to put out there in a Game 4. Rogers is a very capable pitcher. But so is Javier Vazquez, and the Cardinals blitzed him today. That's a little bit of an overstatement, but they did get to Vazquez well. This one's popped up in foul ground. Also, if you're the Cardinals, do you start Howie Pollitt in Game 4, or do you try to just go and close this thing out and bring Gibson back on short rest? 2-2 pitch coming to Langford. Goes golfing for one down in the dirt. Fouls it off. So Sarah will just try to keep this game in check at the moment. Langford hits one foul. One hopper into the seats. Harper gives chase, but nowhere near it. Forkball misses down low. Count goes full. 2 outs here in the top of the 7th. 6-0 Cardinals. Ken Boyer waits on deck. Another low one. Langford grounds it weakly to Owen. Throws him out. And the side is retired. But Rogers Hornsby adds a run for the Cardinals with a bomb off Tanner Roark. We head to the bottom of the 7th here in Montreal. Cardinals lead the Expos 6-0. So the Expos desperate to get something going here as we head to the bottom of the 7th. Ted Breitenstein's been on cruise control. 70 pitches through 6 shutout innings of one hit ball. Fastball in there for a called strike. Jose Vidro 0 for 2 on the day. Swung on and missed. Fastball away. Another 0-2 pitch. Fouled off down the right-hand side. Breitenstein gets the sign from Molina, comes inside with the fastball. It's taken for ball 1. Curveball misses inside, 2-2. Fastball up and away. So the count is now full after having been 0-2. Vidro lines one foul down the right side. Jam shot, popped up and foul ground. Mize going back on it. Lays out, can't come up with it. Good effort there from Johnny Mize, but it ticks off the edge of his glove. In foul ground. Count stays 3-2. Another foul ball from Vidro. So Vidro working Breitenstein here to start things off in the bottom of the 7th. High fastball, fly ball to right. Drew moving over, makes the play on the run, and there's one down. So Vidro retired as Breitenstein continues to cruise. Here's Spike Owen, 0 for 2. Struck out and lined out. Fastball misses inside. This one's popped up. Mize underneath it, right near the bag. Squeezes it for the out, and there are 2 away. So the Expos got their 4 runs in Game 2, but in Games 1 and 3, they have 3 combined hits. Here's Bryce Harper. Harper 0 for 2. He's grounded out twice. Fastball misses up high. One and 0 the count as Breitenstein works to Harper. High fastball. Too high. Count goes to 2-0. Slider skied, hit well out to left center. On the run, Edmonds back at the wall, and he can't get it. It's off the base of the wall. Harper around second going for third, and Bryce Harper is going to have a 2-out triple here in the bottom of the 7th. Edmonds had him played well to pull. That was a long run for Edmonds. He got there, but it was just out of his reach. So now, Montreal trying to get something going with 2 outs here. It would be a drop in the bucket, but if they can at least get that 1 run home, and kind of give them a sign of hope to try to dig out of this 6-0 hole. Only the second hit off Breitenstein. Dawson hits this one well. Deep to left. It's hooking. In foul ground. Langford chases it down, and the side is retired. So Harper's triple ends with him stranded on third. We head to the top of the 8th. Cardinals lead the Expos 6-0 here in Game 3. Here's Ken Boyer. Boyer, pair of hits, pair of runs scored today. They're going 1 for 7 in the first 2 games. That pitch from Facero misses down low. Sinker also down low. Shot down to third. Zimmerman dives, smothers, throws to first, not in time. So an infield hit, Ken Boyer's 3rd of the day. That'll bring up Ripper Collins. Collins, a switch hitter, will now bat from the right-hand side. He's 2 for 3. There's a shot in the left. That's a base hit. 3rd hit for Ripper Collins, who is just having an outstanding series for the Cardinals. In the hole, no shot for Owen to get to that. So 2 on, nobody out. Here's Yadi Molina. First pitch swinging. Shot into left. That's caught by a charging Rondell White for the 1st out. So White turns Molina away. The order turns over, and that brings up Ozzie Smith. 2 for 4, a single, a double, and a run batted in. Facero deals. Slider rides inside. Ball 1. Forkball misses down low. Two and 0 count for Facero. Exhales, checks the runner, and delivers. There's a shot back up the middle. It's off Facero's leg. His only play will be to first. He gets Smith, but the runners move up. 2nd and 3rd, 2 down. Might have had a shot at the double play had he fielded that cleanly. Ball hit him, looked like on the outside of the shin. So 2nd and 3rd, 2 down. Here's J.D. Drew. Drew 1 for 4. The Cardinals hope for a chance to pad their lead. Slider misses inside. Forkball misses down low. Facero's offering line right at short, though. Nice play there, Spike Owen. Said right at short, a couple steps to his left, but Owen snags it, and the side is retired. So Facero bends but doesn't break, keeps the score as it is. As it is a long way for the Expos. They trail 6-0 as we head to the bottom of the 8th. Ryan Zimmerman will lead things off. Zimmerman 0 for 2 with a pair of groundouts. The Expos have only 2 hits against Ted Breitenstein, who continues his outstanding season. Fastball is fouled off. Slow curve. Misses outside. Fastball. It looked like a good pitch. They call it outside, though. Here's a shot to right. Drew coming on. He's going to have to play it on the hop. Bloop base hit, and the leadoff man is on here in the bottom of the 8th. So Zimmerman dunks it in. That'll bring up Moises Alou. Alou is 0 for 2. Fastball in there for a called strike. That one up and in, fouled off once again, out of the reach of Johnny Mize. So count is 0-2. And Mize had a similar play last inning. Last inning was when he had a little further to run. Laid out on a terrific effort for it. Was unable to come up with it. 1-2 pitch here from Breitenstein. Fly ball center field. Edmonds camped out under it. Puts it away for the first out. Zimmerman retreats to first with one away. Here's Rondell White. White is 0 for 2. He is lined out and grounded out. Breitenstein now at 96 pitches after that one. Fastball swung on and missed. There's a shot down the right field line, just foul. White lashed that one along the line. That might have gotten a run home had it stayed fair. But it's merely strike 2. Breaking ball. Shot to first. Mize snags it on the low liner. Good job by Zimmerman to get back into first. But there are now 2 outs. So here's Wilson Ramos. Ramos 0 for 2. He has struck out both times. One for 9 in the series to this point. Fastball misses down low. This will be pitch number 100 for Ted Breitenstein. Almost all of those pitches have been pinpoint. Ramos fly ball to left. Langford camps underneath it, puts it away, and Ted Breitenstein is through 8 scoreless innings here in Montreal. We head to the top of the 9th. Cardinals looking to take a 2-1 series lead. They lead Game 3, 6-0. So Facero's work is done. Here's John Roush, 3-2. 3.65 earned run average for him in 41 appearances. The inordinately tall right-hander will face Rogers Hornsby to start things off. Hornsby hit a solo blast back in the 7th. This one is sawed off. Dribbled towards first. Johnson fields it in foul territory. Hornsby will get some new lumber and get back in the box. That fastball misses up and in. It's 1-1. Fly ball to right. On the move, Harper gets there, puts it away. So here's Johnny Mize. Mize 0 for 4. Grounded out in the 7th. Fastball misses down low. Slider there. Mize fouls it off. You've held the Cardinals to 0 for 4, and the Cardinals, or you've held Mize, I should say, to 0 for 4, and the Cardinals still have 6 runs. That lets you know the depth of this Cardinals lineup. 1-2 pitch from Roush. Down in the dirt, Mize lets it go 2-2. Fastball tails away. Jim Edmonds waits on deck. Sorry about that. Full count offering. Foul back. Fly ball. Deep to right field. Way back, Harper at the wall, tracks it down. So Mize didn't miss that one by much. Big Cat almost puts it out. 2 away. Here's Jim Edmonds. Edmonds is also 0 for 4. Fastball on the outside corner. That shot is ripped into right for a base hit. Harper cuts it off. He'll hold Edmonds to a single. So it's a 2-out base hit here in the top of the ninth for Jim Edmonds. Gets himself off the schneid. That's his first hit of the series, actually. So 2 down. Edmonds on first. Here's Ray Langford. Langford is 2 for 4. One of those hits a home run. He also doubled. He is 5 for 11 to this point in the first 3 games of this series. This one is a shot towards the gap. That's going to be extra bases. 1 hopper against the wall. Edmonds comes around third. He's going to score. Langford goes to third. He is in with a triple. So Ray Langford, a single short of the cycle, makes it a 7-0 game. That one driven well into the gap. It's a bit expansive out there in right center, and Langford never even hesitated. So that makes it a touchdown game. Here's Ken Boyer. Boyer 3 for 3. Swings and misses at the fastball. Boyer 3 singles, 3 runs scored. Slider there, swung on and missed. Roush ahead of Boyer, 0-2. Fastball misses up and in. One and 2 the count. Fastball rides in again. It's 2-2. Down in the dirt. Thrown out. And the side is retired. So we head to the bottom of the ninth. Johnson, Vidro, and Owen for the Expos. Forget the stupid uniform glitch. I really can't stop myself from commenting about my irritation about that every time it pops up. So Breitenstein is going to try to go for the complete game at 100 pitches as he starts the ninth. He'll start off working to Nick Johnson. Fastball misses up high. Fastball. Called strike, 1-1. Another fastball in there for a called strike. 1-2 the count. Breitenstein working to Johnson. Here's the pitch. Johnson lines it in the right. Going back on it is Drew, puts it away for out number 1. Quiet crowd here in Montreal. Here's Jose Vidro. Vidro 0 for 3. He flew out in the 7th. Curveball in the dirt. Vidro shot to right. Drew, few steps back towards the gap, tracks it down, puts it away for the second out. And the Cardinals 1 out away from finishing this game. Breitenstein an out away from a complete game. Here's Spike Owen. Owen is 0 for 3. Breitenstein delivers. Owen, low line drive to third. Boyer snags it, and the ball game is over. The Cardinals take a 2-1 lead in the series, pushing the Expos to the brink of elimination. Ted Breitenstein was absolutely outstanding. Complete game 2-hitter. Gets the shutout, mimicking Bob Gibson's effort in game 1. Apologize, three-hitter, I apologize. Strikes out 4. Javier Vazquez couldn't make it out of the 5th inning. Final line score, Cardinals 7 runs, 14 hits, no errors. Expos 0 runs, 3 hits, no errors. Breitenstein the winner, Javier Vazquez takes the loss. And the Cardinals are 1 win away from the National League Championship Series. There you see Jim Edmonds' great grab, robbing Andre Dawson of a home run early on. That was the only opportunity that the Expos had. Nice play there from Rondell White early on. There's Rogers Hornsby on a pitch he hit that was charted by NASA. There's Boyer snagging the low liner for the final out. So both National League Division Series now sit at 2-1. Cardinals lead the Expos in this one. The Giants, after falling to the Mets and Tom Seaver at Shea Stadium earlier on, also lead their series against the Mets 2-1. Breitenstein, complete game shutout, obvious player of the game honors. And Vazquez allowed 6 hits, 2 walks, 3 runs, struck out 3 and 4 in the third. Could have been worse for him. He just wasn't particularly sharp. Montreal decided not to let him stay out there. Bullpen came in and didn't really pitch all that effectively, allowing 4 runs the rest of the way. Ray Langford, 3 for 5, a single shy of the cycle. Double, triple, and homer drove in a pair. Ripper Collins, 3 for 4 as he stays hot as well. He's got a pair of doubles and 3 RBIs in this one. Ken Boyer also had 3 hits and 3 runs scored. Rogers Hornsby with that mammoth home run to possibly jumpstart him in what has been a struggle of a series for him. So that will end this one, Game 4. We're going to have to come back to the scheduled starters. Howie Pollitt for the Cardinals, Steve Rogers for the Expos. We will now have to see if down in the series the Expos decide to go with Max Scherzer here in Game 4 to try to keep the season alive and push things back to St. Louis for a Game 5. So that'll do it for this one. From Montreal, the Cardinals with the 7-0 win. Next broadcast on the channel will be Game 3 of the Boston Red Sox-Cleveland Indians series. That one is tied at a game apiece as the series heads back to Cleveland. Be John Lester or Dutch Leonard going for the Red Sox. I believe Jim Bagby will get the start for the Indians. Not exactly sure when that broadcast will be, so go click that notify bell so you can be kept updated whenever I'm going to be going live with the rest of the Franchise Stars Baseball League playoffs. I will obviously also be posting on the Facebook page and in the Sports Simulations and Replays Facebook group as well. Until next time, I thank you as always for checking in and following the Legend Sports universe. Enjoy the rest of your day, be good to each other, and we'll talk soon.